All right. Let's get started. Welcome everybody. Let me send some last minute text messages out to the team. We are live. All right, guys, welcome to the training. This is JC Rangel, and I've got a special training for you guys today. We're going to train on the comp plan. And this is a very powerful comp plan. So it's important that you know the details of the compensation plan, okay? So you can go ahead and take advantage of that. So let's see here, I got some messages coming in. Awesome. I'm on, Carol. Good job, Carol. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me turn on my camera as well. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Welcome to today's Power Hour. And today I want to get into a comp plan training, right? We don't train on this that often. I do have a pre-recorded compensation plan training that is on YouTube. I've got a lot of training videos on YouTube. I do this Power Hour every Monday at 9 a.m. And so there's always a different subject that we're talking about. And all of these trainings are on the YouTube channel. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see here. So this is an illustration that I did for the compensation plan. But before that, I actually want to go down here. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. We've got these numbers here. Here's what we're going to go through, okay, guys? With Power, we've got a 70-30 split on the net revenue for the with seller cost of goods. So we go based on the cost of goods, okay? So there's a 70-30 split. Okay, there's also equity ownership. We're going to be talking about that. There's 6-level revenue sharing, and then the mentor sales. Okay, as you guys know, the cost to get started, $99 one time and $49 monthly. That $49 monthly is based, the way I look at that is our overhead to run our business. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first way that we get paid, let me let this person in. Okay. The first way that we get paid is on personal sales. So here's the way the personal sales work. Okay, for those of you guys that are familiar, some of this stuff is gonna sound familiar. All right, you're already very familiar with this, but there's a lot of people that are not. Personal sales, 6-level revenue share. We're gonna talk about mentor sales. We're gonna talk about the ambassador program that's a part of the comp plan as well, which, by the way, is a very powerful part of the compensation plan, and then equity ownership. So these are the 5 things that we're going to talk about in the compensation plan. So let's get started, okay? We're going to skip through some of these slides because we know some of this stuff already, okay? So we know all of this stuff already. Okay, so here's the way it works, okay? Here's an example of the project price, okay? The project price let's say, for example, and these are just round numbers, right? Let's say your cost of goods is $22,500. You sell the project for $35,000, right? That would net a $12,500 commission. Now, we are on a 70-30 split with the company. So what that means is that 70% of the $12,500 is $8,750. That's what goes to you. Okay. See the difference? So whatever the wholesale price is, whatever you sell above it, you split that with the company 70-30. Okay. So Powur's cut would be $3,750. Your cut would be $8,750. Now, out of Powur's cut, $3,750, half of that they pay in the 6-level unilevel. Okay, they pay 6 levels deep, and we're going to break down what those percentages are. We're also going to break down what it takes to open up that unilevel, because you don't get the 6 levels out the gate. You get the 6 levels as you go and build a team. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, so here's the example of the 70-30. Remember, Powur's cut was $3,750. 20% of that is paid to the first level. That means if you recruit me and I'm the one that made that sale, I made the $8,750. That's my 70%. You made $750. Why? Because out of Powur's cut, which is $3,750, 20% of $3,750 equals $750. So on the unilevel pay first level, because you recruited me, I'm your first level. 20% of whatever Powur takes on my deals, you get 20% of that, which in this scenario is $750. Let's say I go out there and I bring George. Let's say George were to make that particular sale. That is your second level. You would earn 10% of whatever Powur's cut is, which is $375, and so on and so forth. So it goes 20% level 1, 10% level 2, and then 5% from level 3 to level 6. Now, here's one of the beautiful things about this comp plan that we have. This comp plan has compression. What that means is that if one of the members, let's say, for example, you brought Joe and Joe brought Sanja, right? But let's say Joe is inactive. Joe leaves a business. Joe quits. Sanja, after he becomes inactive, Sanja now, instead of being your second level, becomes your first level. Now, that's very good, because now that the person that was your 7th level before that you were not making money on, that person's now your 6th level. So what if between those 6 levels, right, there's 3 people that become inactive in that line? That means that the 3 people below get moved up, which is very, very good. And that, for those of us that are building a team, and I recommend that everybody build a team, even if it's slowly, because we are not, here's what Powur offers you. With this comp plan that you're looking at here, it offers you the ability to not be a salesperson 10 years from now, 15 years from now, even a year from now if you really decide to. Every other solar company out there, guys, keep this in mind. Every other, and this is going to help you with the recruiting. Every other solar company out there, people are going to be a glorified salesperson the rest of their life because there's no sustainability. And here's why. You got a dealer that pays the people they recruit a high commission. These guys build a team, they pay them a smaller commission. These guys build a team, they pay them a smaller commission and them a smaller commission. 3 or 4 levels deep, the guys or girls that are 3 or 4 levels deep are making a very small commission. That's not sustainable. Eventually, they're going to wise up and they're going to go to another dealer and negotiate a deal like the top guy of their team. With Powur, that doesn't happen. Everybody's on the same 70-30 split. This is how I recruit solar people into this business. This is how I recruit non-solar people into this business that are considering other companies. I say, look, here's the difference between us and them. And it just makes sense, right? So the motto is awesome. Okay, let's keep moving. So the mentor programs, so give me a second. How do we open up the unilevel? This is very important. So I'm going to get into this here. How do we open up the unilevel? Here's the way it works. And I should have just left it open here. So let me go here. How do we open up the unilevel? What does it take to open up your 7 levels deep? This is important to understand, okay? It takes directs. How many directs? How many people do you have that are opening up? How many people do you have you personally recruited? Okay, let's see. Joe, message me. I'll look for you on Facebook. I'll look for your message on Facebook. So here's the situation, guys. It takes one direct for you to get the first level override. As you see here, very cut and dry. One direct, but you don't just get the 6 levels right away. This doesn't make sense. You have to have directs. So if you want to build a team and you want to get paid 6 levels deep, for the second level, you need 5 directs for the second level. 5 people that you personally recruited, okay? Third level is 10, so that's an additional 5. Fourth level, you need 20 or more. Fifth level, you need 30. And sixth level, you need 40. So if you want to open up the entire 6 levels, you need 40 directs. Now, let me tell you something, my friends. If you get 40 people, you plug them into the system, you put them on the Facebook groups, you plug them into the trainings, you get them up and running, you or your upline leadership help them get their first 3 sales. The first 3 sales are called mentor sales. You know what I call them too? I call them belief sales. Once you get your first sale, here's the deal. If you get 1 sale, you can get 2. If you get 2 sales, you can get 4. And if you get 4 sales, you can get 8, and so on and so forth. So their 3 mentor sales are crucial. I have a training on what I did in my first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, how I contacted people and what I said to them and how I generated my first couple of deals. Those of you guys have been on, and the training, by the way, this invitation that I'm talking about is on YouTube. I'll send it to you if you like. But the point that I'm getting to is that you got to help them get their first 3 sales. Now, if you do that, it'll help them stick around. And if you do this with 40 people, right, that will open up your 6 levels. And trust me, if you open up if you do the activity that opens up the 6 levels, you are on your way to a great override income. And override income equals freedom if you do it right. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and keep moving forward. So the mentor sales. We're all familiar with the mentor sales. Very simple. The average commission is $7,000. Your first 3 sales have to be mentor sales. Unless you are a solar professional, documented, it takes 1 mentor sale. You only have to do 1 split sale, mentor sale. But anything other short of that, you've got to do 3 mentor sales. And here's the deal, guys. That is a great thing. The fact that you have to split mentor sales, you know, for somebody to complain, oh, I got to do, which people on my team, they don't complain about that, okay? Solar professionals on my team, they do ask, hey, can I do 1? Because that's part of the comp plan. Cool, I have no problem with that. But I've heard that there are people on other teams that complain about 3 mentor sales. That doesn't happen on our team. Why? Because we are building eagles here. We are building the most badass team that's ever existed in Powur. And mark my words, by the end of 2023, everybody's going to want to be a part of this team. And we will have the top 10 income earners will be on our team. Mark my words. So here's the deal. Those 3 mentor sales, you don't have to give up 3 mentor sales. You get to give up 3 mentor sales. You get to split 3 mentor sales. You don't have to, you get to. Why? Because your mentor is going to train you. Your mentor is going to walk you through the sale, walk you through the permitting process, the site survey process, the installation process, get it from signed contract to installed glass on the roof. And here's what's going to happen. When I got started, I went out there and my mentor made a lot of money on the team that I made on the mentor sales. I did not for 1 second feel some kind of weird way like, oh man, what about me? You know why? Because I knew that I was going to be a mentor and I would have that opportunity. So I didn't care. I went out there and recruited over 20 people my first month. And they recruited a couple of people. So my mentor, guess what? He was doing mentor sales for all of these people. Mentor sales for all of these people. So guess what? When I became a mentor and I had 100 people plus on my team, guess what? I was doing a lot of mentor sales. I did 16 sales in 1 month. That's my record so far. I'm only 7 months experience in solar. Never sold solar before May. Okay? You have that ability to. What you don't want to do is wait till you get to mentor to start building a team. That is the wrong philosophy, and that's a scarcity philosophy. If you haven't read the book, The Science of Getting Rich, I recommend that you read that book by Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich talks about, he says, there is an exact science to getting rich. And whether you follow this science by accident or on purpose, you cannot help but to get rich. Think about that. Just like if you mix the ingredients for lemonade, if you mix the right amount of water, the right amount of lemons, and the right amount of sugar or sweetener, right, you're going to get lemonade. Whether you did it by accident or on purpose, that will yield lemonade. Same thing with getting rich. If you know the science of getting rich and you do that and you follow it to the T, whether by accident or on purpose, you cannot help but to get rich. Now, one of those things is to have an abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset. A scarcity mindset says, hey, I'm going to kind of slow down on building a team until I get to mentor. That is a stupid mindset. That is a dumb mindset. Here's why. Now you start going, okay, now I'm mentor. Took me X amount of time to become mentor. Now I'm going to start building a team. Now you're going one by one. Now you recruit, let's say 5 people in 2 months. So you got 5 people that whenever they get deals, they're going to, but had you started building a team, and by the time you get to mentor, you got 20 people on your team already, and they're recruiting people. Now you got 20 people sending you deals as a mentor instead of starting with 0. That's now here's the deal. That's exactly what I did. I think it was November. Would I have been able to close 16 deals in November had I not done that? No, I would not have. In November, I closed a deal on 1 week on Monday, another one on Tuesday, another one on Thursday, another one on Thursday, another one on Friday. Monday through, I think I messed up the days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. Anyways, the mentor sales are awesome. So you got to do 3 mentor sales. You get half of the commission. Your mentor gets the other half of the commission. Now, how do you get to mentor? 3 mentor sales. Then you move on your own. On your 4th sale, now you don't have to only do 3, by the way. Some of you guys are going to say, and I've got some people on my team that do this. Some people on my team, they say, hey, listen, I don't want to do sales on my own. I want to continue to use a mentor. I'm not ready. 3 is a minimum. You can continue to do more, right? You can continue to do more with a mentor. You could do all your sales with a mentor forever if you want. And when you become a mentor, you can mentor anybody's sales in the company. I've got people that are not on my team that requested me to close a sale because they know that I'm going to close it and they want to work with me, right? I got a lady that I closed 3 sales for her in a month. That was like $13,000 in commissions, right? She wasn't on my team. I got a guy in Florida. I closed 2 sales. My first 2 deals in Florida, I closed for him last year. This month, last month, it's already February 1st, I closed 2 new sales in Florida. But those sales in Florida from last year were not somebody on my team. So mentor is awesome. Mentor is life-changing income, especially if you're an active mentor and you're out there and you're after it and you're building a team. Mentor, if you're a mentor, there's no excuses to not be making $150,000 a year or more. I mean, seriously. If not, something's wrong. You're doing something wrong. So the point is this: 3 mentor sales. Once you do 3 mentor sales, now you move on and you keep all of the commission. How do you get to mentor? You've got to do 5 additional sales on your own without a mentor. That's a total of 8. So you did 3 mentor sales, 50-50, and 5 sales that you kept all of the commission. Once you do those 5 sales, you take a test with the company. The company then will make you a mentor. As long as you pass the test is not that hard. They're just going through the basics of the company of being a mentor. They want to make sure that you are capable because you're now going to mentor other people, which is understandable. So it's a total of 8 sales, 3 mentor sales, 5 on your own. Take a test. Congratulations, you're now a mentor. And if you were smart by the time you become a mentor, you built a team, right? And if you don't have this on your calendar, for those of you guys that say that you want to build a team and you're not plugging into the Mondays 5 o'clock opportunity webinar, it's going to be very hard for you to build a team. If you really want to make this business work, you should be plugging into the trainings. the corporate calls, the Opportunity Monday meetings, guest or no guest, you should have a meeting. You should be at that meeting. And then start hosting your own meetings. Here in California, once they open things up, mark my words, the biggest team I've ever built in network marketing was 120,000 people. I made $5 million in my career in network marketing. I made $1 million in commissions by 30 years old in 1 year. I don't say that to brag. I say to tell you that I know what I'm talking about. Mark my words, when they open things up, you're going to see on the Power Hitters group, on the Power Pioneers group, and on Facebook, you're going to see us doing events, recruiting realtors, recruiting brokers, recruiting other solar people, live events, rocking the crowd. Mark my words. So I recommend, guess what? But we do that now with Zoom. And we're never going to stop doing Zoom. Like, I wish that I was in Texas, because in Texas, people are, it's a lot more open. Florida, people, it's a lot more open, right? But we're going to start doing some of that stuff here, right? So anyways, let's keep moving. Let me give you guys an example. Let's say, for example, this is not an example, this is truth. The average commission is $7,000. That means that the average mentor split sale is $3,500. What if you went out there and you recruited? Let me let these two people in. Okay. That's why you guys want to get in early, okay? 9 a.m. Here's the deal. Here's a little side note. Here's a little side note for everybody when it comes to my trainings, man. Early is on time. On time is late. And late is unheard of. If we start at 9, that doesn't mean 9:01. Okay? You're missing a lot of information. Let's say you sign up 7 people. And let's say you help these 7 people go out there and get their first 3 mentor sales. And by the way, anybody in their first 30 to 60 days can knock out 3 sales. Anybody. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's doable. Okay? So let's say, for example, that 7 people knock out 3 mentor sales their first month. That's 21 sales. 21 sales times $3,500 is $73,500 in mentor commissions. This is an example. None of this is a guarantee of income, and I want to make this clear disclosure. This is, I'm training existing reps. I'm not training people that are looking to join the business. So this is not to entice people. You guys are already in. I have to throw a disclaimer out there, okay? Because we're talking about a lot of money. But if you help 7 people close 3 sales, that's 21 sales. If the average mentor commission split is $3,500, 21 times 3,500 equals $73,000 in commissions with 7 people. It's not too shabby. What if you got that 20% wrong? What if you only accomplished 20% of that? We're still talking about what? $15,000 in commissions, right? Pretty exciting stuff. Okay, let's keep moving. So in addition to that, you've got the unilevel, right? So we're not going to get into the unilevel. The unilevel is pretty self-explanatory, okay? Here's a price of goods model. We go through this every single Monday, and this is a note slide, by the way. The average commission now is $7,000. We go through this every single Monday, but I want to talk about the ambassador program. How does the ambassador program work? A lot of you guys are not familiar with the ambassador program. Here's how it works, okay? The ambassador program, you can sign people up on the ambassador program for free, okay? It costs nothing for somebody to become join the ambassador program. Right? Everybody, whether part-time or full-time or spare time, all of you should have a goal to have a minimum of 20 free ambassadors enrolled minimum, because it's free. Your grandmother could be an ambassador, your mother, your neighbors, and start stepping it up. And everybody should have a goal to add, if your spare time, you should have a goal to add 2 ambassadors per month. Minimum. It's free. All it takes is calling people and telling them, hey, listen, I'm in the solar business. Just want you to know. Here's what I told people. And I've got this script in detail recorded. If you need it, let me know. Here's the way it looks. And this is how you can get free ambassadors. Let's say I give Lisa a call. Lisa, how you doing? Small talk, blah, blah, blah. Then listen, the reason why I'm calling you is because I made a career move. I just started in the solar industry. I'm very excited about this. And this is what I'm going to do for the next 15 to 20 years. I just want you to know that way in case you ever know of anybody that either has questions about solar or anybody that may be interested in solar, I would appreciate it if you'd keep me in mind. Simple. If you fire off 100 phone calls and you say that to 100 people, I guarantee you, you're going to get ambassadors. I guarantee you, you're going to get some, more than likely some bills, some appointments, and quite possibly some sales. Matter of fact, more than likely you'll get some sales. Because even if they, and by the way, this goes to anybody, homeowners, not homeowners, doesn't matter. Okay. I get into that detail in that training. So an ambassador, here's the way it works. Let's say the commissionable amount is $10,000, 10,000. Normally you would get 7,000, the company would take 3. If there's an ambassador in between, out of the 10,000, Powur takes off 1,000 off the top for the ambassador. So now there's 9,000 for you and Powur to split. Powur is going to now take 30% of the 9,000. That means that they take 2,700 and you take the difference. What is the difference? I don't know, 6,300, whatever it is, right? That's pretty cool. In other words, to keep it simple, Powur basically pays 300 of the 1,000. You pay 700, Powur pays 300. That's the simple terms, right? That's how the ambassador program works, okay? All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, the equity. Your first install, you get, and by the way, this may be off. Matter of fact, I believe it is off. This was from last year. I believe that these numbers have changed. Your first install, 100 options. I believe that is down, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, for 2021. Your first install last year, we used to get 100 options. The first install of somebody you sponsor, so let's say you recruited somebody, when they get their first install, they get their options, you get half of the options. I believe this year you get 50 options on your first install, and you get 25 options on the first install of
JC, it's 25 on personal.
Okay. Also yearly, so that's one way to earn options of the company. And then when we go public, what are those stock options going to be worth? We don't know. Nobody knows. I believe that we're going to follow eXp Realty's track record. If you don't know who they are, study their track record. When I saw eXp stock back in 2015, I believe it was 10 cents. As of last week, it was $112. Think about that. In 6 years, they went from 10 cents to $112. We are the eXp version of the solar industry. I did a video on this. A lot of you guys liked it. It's got a ton of videos, a ton of views on YouTube. It's called eXp Truth Bomb. I recommend that you watch that so you get the vision of where we're going, and it'll bring more clarity. Yearly performance goals. If you have 25 installs in a year, you get, I believe now it's 500 options. And if you do 50 installs in a year, it is 2,500 options that you get. Okay, guys? The point being, you can earn a lot of these free options, okay, just by going out there and working the business. And that to me is very exciting. I plan on earning thousands and thousands. I'll give you guys a little snippet of that video I mentioned. I don't know how many of you guys saw it, but I've got a guy in San Antonio, Texas, who was a part of my sales organization with another company. He left in 2015 to do eXp. Right now, that guy's worth $200 million, and he makes over $250,000 per month in override income. They have the exact same model that we do, but instead of solar, they sell real estate, which is a harder sale. It's a harder barrier to entry. So if that is possible with them, I believe that what's possible with us is even bigger. Now, I'm not making any claims of where our stocks are going to be. I have no idea. But I will say this, I am extremely excited about where we're going. I believe that we have an opportunity here to build wealth, not only get rich. There's a difference between rich and wealthy. I believe that we have an opportunity to get wealthy with this business. This is not just a solar business. Trust me, those guys working for Vivint and all Sunrun, all these other companies, they can never own those companies. They can never own a piece of those companies, like by earning it, as far as I'm concerned, right? We can. I believe that Powur is a consultant-owned solar company, and I plan on owning a big piece of it. Now, when you are a Powur consultant, you can also get discounted options when Powur goes public. So you can buy the options at a cheaper price than other people outside of Powur can. Not only can you earn a bunch of free options, and by the way, I don't know about you guys, but in January, I signed my contract for the options that I earned last year. And this coming year, I plan on earning a ton of options. Not only me, but my wife as well. We're going to earn a ton of them. Because guess what? I'm not in this to make a living. I'm in this to make a killing. And we can make a killing. We can build wealth with this business. All right, guys. So that's it. I'm going to open it up to any questions that you guys may have. And then we're going to wrap up. Anybody have any questions about the compensation plan? Not all at the same time, by the way. Not all at the same time. All right, you guys are overwhelming me.
I have a quick one if you have a second, sir.
Go ahead.
So with your example with the ambassador program, if the commission is $10,000, I just wanted to make sure I understood. Do they pull the 1,000 for the ambassador off the top of the 10 and then they 70-30 split on 9K, or do they just take the 1,000 off the 7,000?
That's exactly right. The way you said it. They take the 1,000 off the top, then they split with the rest, which is awesome. So in other words, Powur is paying $300 of the ambassador commission and you're paying 700.
Yeah, that's impressive. Thanks.
Yep, no problem. Any other questions? Remember, there is no dumb questions. There's only dumb people that ask questions. Just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. By the way, turn on your camera if you're able to turn on your camera. Any other questions?
JC, I have a question. It's not directly on the compensation plan, but right now, and I know it differs, but what's the average sale to installation time frame?
Oh, well, I think that varies from market to market, Sanja. In California, it's about 45 days to 60 days.
Okay.
But also, for example, I've got some sales out in the High Valley. I recruited the mayor of the city of Adelanto. That's over by Victorville in that area. He's a direct recruit of mine, and he sold a couple of deals out in that area. Looks like we're going to go for a 35-day install there. You know what I mean? I've had some 31-day installs here in LA, even though that's rare. But here it's more like 45 to 60 days. But out in the high desert, we're looking at about 30 to 40 days. So I think that varies. And in Texas, I've sold deals in Texas and Florida, and those are going fast. For me, I'm like, oh my God, you know, being in California. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the 45 to 60 day installs, not at all, right? Especially because we get paid. Oh, and by the way, another thing about the comp plan, I'm glad you brought that up. So on the mentor sales and your personal sales, let's say, for example, it's a $10,000 commission. 3,000 goes to Powur, 7,000 goes to you. The company will advance you 40% of your commission to a maximum of $2,000. Very important. So let's say, for example, your commission is 7,000. What's 40% of 7,000? 2,800, right? So you will not get the 2,800. You'll get 2,000, right? So they'll give you 40% upfront to a max of $2,000. Now, if there's a mentor in the deal, let's say you sold the deal, you and I sold the deal, and I'm the mentor. That 40%, $2,000, you would get 1,000, I would get 1,000. That's milestone 1. And then the rest of the commission, milestone 2, is paid after the installation, okay? So that's very cool because the key is stay focused, put your head down, stay focused, close as many deals as possible. That way, my mindset when I started was, I want to be able to pay all of my expenses just with the upfront milestone 1 commissions. Then, once you got the ball rolling, you got momentum, you got milestone 1's kicking in and milestone 2's kicking in. Now you got big weeks, boom, $10,000 weeks coming in and whatnot. But guess what? And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of personal development and sales training here. There's 2 reasons why people don't achieve what they want to achieve. And this is a gold nugget, man. And it's simple, but it's a gold nugget, man. And here's what they are. People are not doing the right thing, or they're not doing it long enough. It's not enough to have one of the ingredients for this formula are 2. You cannot get it done with 1. So you're either not doing the right things or you're not doing them long enough. For example, people say, I want to be successful, and they're just messaging people on Facebook. They're not out there in the trenches. They're not out there making phone calls. They're not knocking doors. They're not visiting new homeowners. They expect to make a 6-figure income doing minimum wage activities or less than minimum wage activities. Now, Also, let's say you're out there making the phone calls, door knocking. Let's say one day you have a super productive day, but you stop. That's not enough. You did the right activity, but you didn't do it long enough. I cannot go and get a six-pack by going to the gym and eating right on Sunday, right? It's not, they say an apple a day keeps a doctor away, not 7 apples on Sunday, right? So guess what? If you do the right activity consistently, you will be successful. The problem, here's the deal. For those of you guys that want to be successful, and I take it that all of us do, it isn't hard. You know why? Because you've got no competition. Hardly anybody's trying. Most people are going to give lip service. Most people are going to say, hey, man, I'm going to make 2021 is my year. You've been saying that shit all your adult life. Shut up and stop talking and start doing, right? I get people that tell me that all the time. JC, this year, new me. You said that last year. Happy New Year. There's nothing new or happy about it for you because you're still doing the same procrastinating things all your life, right? So understand, success ain't that hard. You want to fail? Follow what the masses are doing, even in power. You want to be a failure in power? Look at what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is wishing for it instead of doing it. I have lunch, I eat with my family, I work out at home. Take a lunch break, I eat. Soon as I'm done eating, I'm back in the office making phone calls. I'm going to an appointment. I'm doing what I've got to get done. I'll block out time. During lunch, I block out 30 minutes to play with my son. I leave my phone in my office. I play with him. Then I get back. And I do not stop until the things on my to-do list, this is strictly for to-do lists, are done. Right? Here's one thing that I know, man. Right now, there's still people that are motivated. Their motivation is going away. Most people, they're not going to go and do what it takes to be successful. And all you got to do is just be consistent, develop the right habits. And I'll close out with this. Remember this. First, you create your habits. Second, later, your habits create you. Remember that. Most people are creating habits of procrastination, habits of making excuses, habits of being, half-assery. I'll show up when it's convenient. Keep doing that crap. Keep developing those type of habits, and you know what's going to happen? Those habits will develop you, will shape you. Keep having the habits of having the wrong friends, the wrong deadbeat friends. You hang out with 5 broke, negative people, you're going to be number 6. Keep having the habit of having the wrong negative people, right? Hanging out with negative people. How many of us know some negative people that are so negative they could walk into a dark room and develop, right? Instead, and some of you guys will get that on the way home. Some of you guys will get that later. What's he talking about? But here's the point. Find out who are the people that are going to elevate you. These trainings are going to elevate you. The Tuesday trainings with Jonathan Brunasso are going to elevate you. Those of you guys that are on the accountability group that I've got, that's committed to 2 sales per month, prospecting 10 hours per day, making a minimum of $100,000 in 2021, that kind of shit. Now, guess what? Those of you guys that are on there and you haven't filled out that sheet, that Google Docs, you better go and fill that out. And by tomorrow, if you don't have your scale up ticket, you're out. That's it. So, and guess what? The tickets went up today. There was an early bird special. That early bird special is gone. So if you're not committed, for example, there's people, I guarantee you there's people on here that say, JC, they told their uplines, this year, I'm going to make it happen. Then you ask them, you got your scale up ticket? And they'll give you an excuse why they don't have it. It's because right now I can't afford it. No, you don't get it. If you can't afford it, if you don't got the money for it, if you can't afford it, you can't afford not to be at the event. How long do you want to say I can't afford it? You want more time and money, but you're not willing to invest time and money. That's a key. You want more time and more money, freedom? You need to invest some money and you need to invest some time in order to get more money and time. So guess what? Come February, when is the event? I know it's a Friday and a Saturday. It's a day before or after my birthday. I believe it's on the 19th because I think it's the day after my birthday. But the point that I'm getting to is, yeah, okay, thank you. The point that I'm getting to is that day, those 2 days, I'm going to be planted in front of my computer, taking notes. Why do I say planted? Because plants don't move. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be taking notes. I'm going to be trading part of it. Yesterday, I had a film crew here from Powur recording because they went to interview the top reps in the company. Most of the reps in the company have been in solar for years. I've been in solar 7 months. But here's one thing that I know. I'm going to make up in numbers what I lack in skill. What I didn't have in skill in solar, I made it up in numbers. I made more phone calls. I made more mistakes. I failed forward. So if you do not have your ticket, I'll give you this. Have somebody tell me, JC, I want to be successful in this business. I want this business to work for me. Then I say, good. Do you have your scale-up ticket? And they say, no, it's because I don't have the money. You know what I'm going to ask them? Okay, good. Do you have a TV? Yes. Do you have a couch? Yes. Great. Sell them. That's why your ass is broke. See, I don't play games. I quit school because of recess. Don't come on my trainings if you want sugarcoating training. That shit doesn't fly here. You need to get the hell out of here. If your ass is broke, go to the mirror. I'm going to show you the solution and the problem. If you are broke, go to the mirror. You see that person in the mirror? That's the reason why you're broke. But that's also the solution. If you are feeling this message, I want you to tag me on something you learn on Facebook or Instagram. And I also want you to tell me what is it that you're doing. You could tag me on what you're doing or you could private message me. But I want to know what you're going to do different to have something different. Here's an oldie but a goodie, something that I learned when I was 18 years old. This is my baby boy right here. Say hi, Maximus.
Hello.
Here's something that I learned when I was 18 years old. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You see this little guy here? My wife and I, we brought him into this world. He didn't ask to come into this world. So guess what? It is my duty to kick ass, sorry, son, to kick butt, okay, and provide the life for him that he deserves because he didn't ask to come here. So if I don't provide the life that he deserves, that I want to give him, I'm selfish. So if I got friends that are negative, that aren't willing to pay the price, I got to get rid of those friends. I got to get rid of those friends. I don't care about other people's opinions. I care about my family's opinions, but more importantly, I care about God's opinion of me. I'm happy with the man I see in the mirror. And when you are happy with the man or woman you see in the mirror, that's because you're paying the price. And last thing, and I'll leave it with this. This was only supposed to be a comp plan training, but I have a love for giving value. If one thing I say changes one person's life around, it's so worth it, man. Okay? Ed Milet said this. If you don't follow Ed Milet, follow him. He said, one day I'm going to meet my creator. And I believe that my creator is going to show me the man that I could have been. With all of the potential, all of the courage, all of the success, et cetera, all of the health. One day I'm going to meet that person, the best version of me. He said, when I meet him, I want us to be identical. I want there, yeah? Yes, go watch a little bit of TV. 30 minutes. He watches 30 minutes twice a day of TV, and that's it. Other than that, he plays with his imagination, with his toys. The point is that you've got, when you meet him, he said, I want it to be the same identical person. That means that he wants to live life and accomplish and help and be that best version of himself. That to me hit me hard. I said, when I meet my maker, I want to meet the JC I could have been and see, hey man, we're the same person. I don't want to meet that best version of me and say, oh my God, we got nothing in common. We look nothing alike. This guy's in way better shape, way better health, has helped a lot more people, was a lot happier, helped a lot more people become happy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I wanted to be this. That hit me hard. Because I believe, guys, that the richest place in the world is a cemetery. That is where most people go with their dreams, with their ambitions, with their abilities that they never gave life to. When I leave, I want to leave and I want to know I gave it my all and I made an impact. That's what I want. And that's why I do these trainings. And I also do these trainings because they build my business. Varia just closed his second deal. Congratulations, Varia. That's one of the deals that we closed in Florida. He's on his way to his third. He's a Marine. Thank you for your service. Anybody in the military, thank you for your service. Let's go out there and crush it. Anthony Bonilla's crushing it. Sanja, I know you're out there prospecting. I know you're crushing it, and the deals are coming in. Danny Zhang is crushing it, building a team. Luis Perez is crushing it. He's got a big old team building in Texas. His team is the one that keeps me the busiest. I believe that Luis's team is going to close 4 or 5 deals this week alone. Luis is probably going to close 2 or 3 sales this week alone. David's been crushing it. Ruth, I know you are as well. So, guys, let's go out there and make it happen. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day.